I'm sort of reminded by the old Wizard of Oz, let's see, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Well, you can sit there and go, oh, what about AI? If we threw lions and tigers and AI, oh my! Are we to fear AI? Is it going to take over our jobs? I think that there's a lot of anxiety around that right now. You see it out there in the headlines, and I think that there are certain mundane jobs. Yeah, it's not going to be there, but did you want to do those jobs anyways? Let's discuss this. This is something that we do here at the uh, 99 Paper Jets and our AI Team Synergy focus for business and government. And you can think about, where is work going? Where's the future of work going? And there's a lot of things that, to me, it's exciting. But you have to be willing to change. Transformation's been what I've been doing for several, over 20 years, and helping businesses out. I've worked in well over 40 different industries, so it's something that I've always thought about. How do you introduce these new things? I always consider the wave, and I'm looking at the beach. You used to do a lot of body surfing, used to do some surfing. I'm not as good as my brother, but I am good at body surfing, and I love getting out there and swimming and in the beach. And you have to kind of read the waves, and that's the same thing in business. You have to look at what is coming, what is the future, and translate that for folks. Some people don't see it, so everybody has their own talent and their own God-given intuition. And so that's one thing that I've been able to do, is to see that. I saw it back in when we were doing the .com, and I brought in e-commerce and made a lot of money for folks and a little bit for myself. But AI is there too, and this is another. I liken it to that, the e-commerce world. When we went that way, it's the same type of headlines seems to be out there. But I also saw something that happened that I was able to catch on to about 20 years ago, and that is the Agile and Scrum that started getting more popularity. And it took me a while to kind of figure that one out, but that's been something that I've been helping folks with in transformation for the last 20 years, to see that as aligning with the digital age. The old way of doing things, the old project management SDLC way of doing things, it came from the industrial age, and we have to recognize these ages and what these tools were made for. Our whole school system was based on industrial age, and things are changing pretty rapidly. And so I think that these things are expected to happen. We've had folks talk about it. I've been out there talking about it. We're moving in the digital age, and it is a transformation. It's a mindset change, and how we build stuff. What would we do? How do we approach a build, a large build? Do we need a lot of people? Do we really need a lot of people? We've seen a lot of failure with too many bodies involved. Taking it to a smaller groups, having it laid out. There is wisdom there. And we, as leaders, we need to pay attention to these things, because it's going to help us out. And it doesn't mean that, in my case, the way I look at it and the way I run my business, you have to look at your people as an asset, and that same with your machinery. You have within a factory, you have to upgrade it, you have to retool, you have to adapt, and that whole process within, let's say, the layout of a shop floor, is very key. If you don't adapt, you're gonna have some big problems. Same thing with your teams, same thing with your people. And then, so in order to run with teams, you have to hire the right people, people that are more broad-minded, not narrow. I think narrow, there's a danger. Uh, those jobs that are narrow, that are like mundane, things like that, those are threatened. Having someone that is more broad-minded, multi-talented, what we call cross-functional, work together, that's becoming a growing need, especially when you have AI to lean on. AI is gonna, no doubt, it's the knowledge. It'll have the infinite knowledge. Let's say near infinite, right now, but it's going to that level of research. And so, okay, well, in that case, let's just hire a bunch of genius AI agents to do stuff for us. Well, the thing is that the human aspect brings in some huge values. And if we tap into those huge values, again, I talk about our God-given creativity. I think creativity comes from our Heavenly Father. And then we have the team synergy. Think of the Beatles and how they wrote songs together. And, there's going to be some storming, norming, performing, but, a team writes songs better than one person. I'll just say that. I've been writing songs for years. It's easier. It's fun to strike things with others. That's that team synergy that I talk about, is you strike your idea with another idea and you come out with these things and you get in that ideation mode together and you work with it. And there are certain processes that we can look at with certain frameworks that work in that area. But the human side is very, very big. And one of the main things definitely is UX. UX it's going to be around. It's going to be amplified now, and you'll be able to lean on AI. But there's nothing like the human touch when it comes to art and music, and just having that sense of what is right and what's going to work and what isn't going to work, and think of culture and the things that excite people, and spark ideas, and they can feed on, and that will attract them to your business and what you build, your products or services that you provide, or events. So I think that, I wrote this book, that I talk about a lot. It's Toasters Club with Dr. Ott and the Bot, where it's about a mad scientist that builds these robots that do take over jobs, starting with teacher jobs. That it goes in there and replaces jobs in the town and starts to threaten that. Well, there's a lot to that that it brings up in this book and talks about. So I'm going to discuss more on these things, but bottom line is, I think it's healthy to have a little bit of concern, and so that you'll see that family, we need to start developing a mindset that is more, what I like is more Scrum, sprint mentality in the way we do things, and then the team synergy on top of that, which is really key, because it's not all about mechanics. People have to be inspired and empowered to go invent things, to go build things. And that team synergy is really key. And so that's what we're all about, and we're here for you. And so let's discuss more.